Hello, fellow internet friends. I am here with my hairstylist, Loralee. We're at Art of Coffee, Clear Lake. Go check them out because they're so cool.
They're super cool.
Period.
Period.
Rolling.
Even though I've asked you this question like 5,000 times already, what got you into doing hair, girl?
It started when I was 8 years old. I always wanted to play with people's hair. Everybody in my family, they knew that like I was gonna be a hairdresser because I was always playing with people's hair. I grew up with brothers, so anytime I was around any of my like female cousins or like anytime I was around a different mom or like my own mom, I would always be playing with their hair. And I kind of like went back and forth for a few years on like what I wanted to do, but I always landed on doing hair just because you get so much freedom in the industry. Everybody's so accepting, and like that's how I saw myself as an adult. So I'm living out my little girl dream right now.
You're so cool.
Thanks. I love that for myself too.
So, what services do you do and what do you specialize in?
So I do pretty much anything except for like, okay, I do have some male clients, but I don't do any sort of like barber cuts. I don't do any like tight fades. Just because I didn't go to school for that. You would need to like go to barber school for that. I don't really do perms unless I like know them and they like specifically ask me. But I specialize in color, anything color related, natural color, vivid color, your color, like anything color related is something that I love and that I specialize in.
And how do you navigate through the hair industry while staying like true to yourself?
That's a hard one because for a few years I felt myself becoming somebody that I wasn't. It's honestly really hard, but your environment is probably the main thing. I was working in a I like to call it beige salon, very neutral tones everywhere. All the ladies that I worked with were been in the industry forever and ever, and they just weren't very colorful people inside and out. And once I left that place, I felt myself becoming myself again in my true like colors, and now I say I'm a rainbow in a beige world.
You are.
Thanks. But ultimately, it's the environment that you work in. If you are in a place where everybody's doing your regular retouches and you don't get a lot of like color, like fashion color clients, and you're not going to like, if that's something that feeds you, you're not going to feel fed, you know?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's so relatable. I feel like that kind of goes with like any industry, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
So, well said.
Yeah.
And what do you consider a hair crime?
Ooh, hair crime. Okay.
You can throw shade.
So my mind over the like last year since going on my own as a like solo hairdresser has changed a lot about like a true hair crime. I used to think like using box dye was a hair crime. At this point, I don't really find that to be a hair crime because if somebody wants to use box dye in their hair, they should be able to use box dye. But if they don't, then they don't. I would say a true hair crime is going to a hairdresser that gaslights you in like that type of way, like continuously feeding into their gaslightingness. I feel like that's probably the biggest hair crime because you're never gonna get what you want. You'll always blame it like on the hairdresser, but if you continuously like go to a hairdresser that continuously like gaslights you into getting what you don't want, I feel like that's a bigger crime.
Yeah, so it's like the hairstylist is like being
Yes. And if you like feed into that energy, like every time you sit down in their chair and you say, oh my God, I never get what I want, but you still continuously go to the same like person, I feel like that is more of a crime than like somebody using box dye in their own hair.
Yeah, that's honestly why I've never like landed on a hairstylist, like literally until you, because like I just would always jump around everywhere, and then everyone would be like, yeah, like it looks so good, and I'm like, does it though? Like, is this working out? And they were like, obviously, like, yeah.
Yeah. Like, there's a difference. Like, there's a hairdresser that'll tell you the truth, and then there's a hairdresser that'll gaslight you because they don't want to do the service. Whereas, like, if they're paying you, then you should be able to do what they want.
Yeah, that's so funny because I've literally have had that experience.
Yeah, so many people have, and that's one thing that's not probably talked about as much in our industry. And I feel like the generation of my hairdressers, like all the people that I went to school with, all the people that were like in my own training and on my path, we're trying to like change. We're like trying to like make a difference and not do that to our clients.
What products do you use and recommend for like all hair types?
I use an array of products. I use anything from Amika to Redken, Unite. I have some Color Wow, that's a really great brand. I would say for all different hair types, you can't go wrong with Unite products just because they're made for all hair types. They're vegan, they're paraben free, they're all natural. Like, I wouldn't say you could eat it, but you could because they're so like natural and whatnot. And I feel like for anybody's hair type, you can find a line that'll work best for you. Unite is probably one of the better ones. You can't really find it at any stores. You would have to order it online, but those are my go-to.
What are those like price ranges?
I want to say the leave-in conditioner is their number one selling product, which is the 7 seconds. That is the best stuff on the planet. I want to say it's like $25 to $30, and then their shampoo is in that same range. It's not like break the bank, but it's also like you have to like, you know, go online and buy it. So like, how bad do you really want it type of situation.
Like push it.
Yeah.
But I feel that. Yeah, it's like the best of the best, or the, what am I trying to say? It's like the best one that you can get that's like not that expensive.
Yes.
But it's like still like you're spending a little money.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like, because we used a brand at my last salon called Kerastase, and when I say like the like shampoo bottle was like this big and it was like $60, that like personally it hurt my soul to sell that to people because I felt like it was way too expensive for the amount of product you were getting. So like it's a good in between Unite products and like your Pantene and then like the Kerastase products. It's like right down the middle. It's a good, you know what you're getting. It's just gonna do your hair well, nothing crazy in it, nothing too expensive.
Yeah, I've gotten so many shampoos where it's like the hairstylist like was just like upselling me, and they were like, it's like this small, and they're like, it's like that's like $60, and I'm like, okay. But yeah, what is a day in the life like as a hairstylist?
Well, the good thing about being a hairstylist is every day is different. I am not a routine girly. I feel like if I have a routine, I feel like I'm like stuck in a box and it drives me crazy. So like today I'm here doing this with you, and then I'm gonna go home and like do some like responsible things or whatever. Tomorrow I have a client at 4:45, so I will probably go get my nails done in the morning and then go to my client. Thursday I have 2 clients in the morning, so honestly every day is different. I can't really like say I have like a average day unless it's like probably a Saturday.
Yeah, like who fucking does, honestly?
Right?
Like who has like routine? If you have a routine, like shut the fuck up.
Right, like go do something else. Like go tell everybody else. We don't care.
Yeah, nobody cares about your dumb routine.
None.
It's 5 a.m.
Yeah, 5 a.m. workout, yes.
I'm kidding, but I'm not.
Yeah, we're just like low-key jealous.
No, for real. I'm like, I fucking wish.
I wish.
Oh my God, what do you do outside of hair? Even though you kind of already answered that question, but like specific.
Oh, it honestly depends on what mood I'm in. You know, like sometimes I do want to go out and party a lot, but other times I'm like, no, I'm gonna sit inside for like 3 days and like tweedle around my apartment and like do artsy fartsy things, or like, oh, I don't ever want to be in my apartment. But like my all-time favorite thing is probably just like socializing and being around my friends and my people. Like this whole last weekend, I was with my friends almost every single day. The weekend before that, I was with my friends. This next weekend, I'll be with my friends. So honestly, just being around my people.
I love that. And what cocktail would you be if you were a cocktail?
Ooh, I'd be a spicy mar girl.
Ooh.
With a little tahini on the rim, maybe a chunk of watermelon, maybe a watermelon margarita.
Okay.
You know? I feel like a spicy watermelon margarita, yeah.
Okay, period.
Yeah, on the rocks.
Where can people follow your account? Like, where can people find you?
I do a lot. I post a lot on TikTok. I try to post more on TikTok than I do Instagram because Instagram's like, they're kind of mean. People on Instagram. There's a different viewership on TikTok versus Instagram. But my handle is Leemae Hair, Leemae hair, and you can follow me both on TikTok and Instagram.
Yay! Follow her account. Go to her. Trust.